So, just had a low sider in this corner here. You can see the scrape marks. I don't know what caused it, but I could definitely feel the rear tire slipping away. I just talked to the receptionist and she said that the Col du Tende is gonna be open today, but you can only get on there in a short time frame. That's 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 13, you get it. And due to the fact that 9 o'clock is in 10 minutes and I'm still packing, I don't think I'm going to take that one, and wait till 11 isn't an option either. So I'm going to take the big route round. It's going to be 40 minutes longer, 30 to 40 minutes, and you don't have all those serpents, but well, it's going up a mountain, it won't be boring.
And after starting from our last off-road section, I got immediately welcomed by some nice twisties to warm up before I reached the trail, which I believed to be the entrance of the Via del Sale. Unfortunately, it seems like I took the wrong entrance and landed on an extremely rough trail. This would usually be a pleasant surprise for me, but with the health issues I had that moment, still suffering severely from the man flu as you have seen in the previous video, it was everything I didn't need it right now. But if it looks like something you want to try yourself, here's the entry to the trail. So torturing myself up this trail with a 240 kilograms bike, including the luggage, I was wondering where I took the wrong turn. How did I know it was the wrong entrance, you ask? Because the proper one ended right here. But well, let's quickly forget about that, because after I managed to get up the mountain, I got welcomed by this. Again, the Alps showed themselves from their best side and gave me a spectacular view, which I'm happy to be able to share with you. The ruins of Fort K Alto were originally built by Italy between 1880 and 1900 during a period of rising tensions between France and Italy. After World War II, this area was ceded to France, leading to the fort's abandonment. Now it has become an entry point to the Via del Sale, so if you are planning on riding these, you should definitely consider making a stop here.
You can literally see that it's going steep down there. Oh, okay. But you cannot see the end. You're not standing good there, mate.
And from this point on, Fortuna left me.
So, apparently the Via del Sale is closed today, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and today's Thursday. Yeah, and my time is running away, so I think I'll head back up towards north. I'm gonna do the Swiss Transiro Trail probably, gonna try to get some miles up towards north, do some nice routes, take it easy and head back towards home. But so far, to get here, it's very easy. So I'd guess the rest of the road is very easy as well, so very good for a beginner. Yeah, and from now on, easy roads up north.
And of course I didn't have the action camera on here.
So, just had a low sider in this corner here. You can see the scrape marks. I don't know what caused it, but I could definitely feel the rear tire slipping away. Feels very slippery here. nothing happened, nobody hurt. I hope so. Gonna take off the jacket in a minute and check. But yeah.
As I said, Fortuna left me, but thanks to my protective gear it was nothing more than a little scratch on my arm and a big one on my ego.
A little hurt. The rear luggage took a hit. Nothing bad, it's all fine. For Thomas, we should make something elastic here so it can move and doesn't get too hit. This one took a bigger hit. Oh yeah, definitely did. Well, hope nothing inside is broken, but it's gonna keep up till the next camping spot. At least I hope that.
After such an incident, you should immediately get back on the bike to not build up anxieties. At least that's what they say. So vibing to some music to get back in the mood, I rode up north towards Switzerland. I rode so long until it was time to search for a camping spot.
So it seems to be nearly impossible to find a camping spot here in the northwestern part of Italy. That's why I just went here where I'm going to put up my tent. I talked with a native from here and he said, like, when you just want to camp, put up your tent there. There's even a toilet. I'm like, okay, cool. But I'm definitely going to get some cooler clothes on and then eat something because I'm hungry. So the tent is put up and now I'm going to have a look at the toilet, washing room. I'm curious what awaits us. After that, food. I saw there's a water spring or fountain. I'm going to use my water filter because I don't trust it too much, or just use it to heat up stuff or something, cook it. I think it's quite amazing how fast we can go back to this elementary level of being. You don't find an accommodation, okay, so you're gonna see that you have a safe place to sleep, some food. That's all you need. Fresh water. I'm not gonna drink it probably, but for cooking it's okay. Cassoulet, one of the finest things you can have in France. Probably not, but I really like it. You can even eat it cold, but it's very fat, so you have the fat pieces all in there. It's not too nice. That's why I like to just heat it up. A little bit of water, and on little flame just warm it up. Then let's enjoy the wild camp meal together. Don't lose all the oil, it's the good stuff. So at what point do you go wild camping? Because I usually prefer just taking a normal camp spot, but if there's no there, I've searched for 1.5 hours for a camping spot. In that time I would already be in Switzerland and probably I would have found a normal camping spot, but just wanted something that's a little bit abroad, where at least have some fresh water. That's so delicious. If you go to France, take cassoulet. It has a lot of oil, beans, meat, sausages. Look at this beauty of French finest dining. So, finished all of my food. I'm gonna wash out the can so that we don't attract wild animals. And then, this is gonna be my little bin. Just have to figure out how I'm gonna transport it away from here because I don't want to leave any trash back. That's a problem for tomorrow, Freddy. There's not that much left, as you can see. For a knobby, that's dangerously low. And at the front it doesn't look that much better. I don't really know what to do with my time. I'm still feeling a little sick, so I think a little bit warmth might be a good idea. And this is already laying here, so why not utilizing it? Now I'm missing a good whiskey. I have actually slept reasonably well. The only thing I could hear in the night was some mosquitoes, and they didn't make it to the inside of the tent, so for the outside I have this thing. It was advice from my friend Thomas from Norway. He gave me that a few years ago. I just didn't use it often. It's a really good anti-mosquito repellent. Really worth its price, but those pads, they get used up quite quickly. So, coffee, and then up to the Trans-Euro Trail, Switzerland. Made a quick stop here to refuel and find a toilet, and used the opportunity for a nice breakfast. And you really quickly realize when you're not in a tourist hotspot anymore, because this piece of pizza and a coffee cost less than €3, and I'm so used to prices that I was willing to pay 12. So yeah.
Quickly, after crossing the border to Switzerland, I entered the Trans-Euro Trail, which did offer some nice views, but due to the fact that you never leave the asphalt, you are often trapped behind convoys of cars, vans and trucks. And knowing that Switzerland has some of the most expensive speed tickets and a zero-tolerance policy when it comes to speed violations, I had no other choice than doing a chill ride along the mountain roads. And for the next 2 days, that was exactly what I did. Enjoying the view and the curves, but at a somewhat slower pace than I'm used to. Well, for most of the time at least.
So, apparently for the Susten Pass, there was a quite big accident, what means that the path is blocked by the police at the moment. And it's going to take another half an hour until they're going to open it again. The alternative is to take the highway and do a 3-hour ride around it. So we'll wait half an hour, have a little snack, and then hopefully go over the Susten Pass.
Luckily it didn't take long before it was reopened again and free to ride. As usual, the view was stunning and the road was nice, but nothing particularly stood out from the rest of the trip. That's why I didn't film much.
So when you come into Swiss, be prepared for waiting. Because there was a sign that says you can wait here 15 minutes. And the line isn't too long, so we're probably gonna wait for 15 minutes.
From there, it also didn't take long to get home and reach the end of my journey. So here we are now at the end, and yes, I'm sitting in my closet to edit this video. I have to thank all of you guys who have joined me on this journey, and a special shout out to those who have supported me on Buy Me a Coffee. This was definitely a significant journey, and it wouldn't have been possible without the luggage system from EMD and the support from RedfredmotoYT, whose website has actually evolved quite a bit since the start of this trip. For example, the so-called wall, similar to Facebook's homepage, has been added, displaying posts and activities where you can filter posts by users, friends, groups or mentions. Then there is the biker or member map, which shows users' location based on the postal codes, but don't worry, exact addresses aren't visible. You can also now add your age and location, which then appears on your profile headers and in the All Members page. Or there are also 15 new regional groups like Munich Riders, Hamburg Riders created based on the member density. There's also a redesigned menu and a guide for the website, which is accessible via the Adventure Calls button and guides users through the profile setup and how to connect with others. And I was also so free to add the GPX tracks from this trip here, and to get them you just have to follow the link in my link tree. So thanks if you watched until here, I'll see you next time.